All right, join me on a video here. I know, the garage is getting cluttered again. That's because I'm working on a million projects. Garage projects, HVAC projects, bird proofing projects. Finally got the bird proofing material for my solar panels. I measured it and it was about 8 inches, so I bought a roll, 100-foot roll. It came with all the little clips I need, so I don't have to get up there and do that. But yeah, it's just projects upon projects. Stuff for my shed, the gutters, and gotta put a door on. I got the hinges. I got a section right here. It's just projects, probably stuff I gotta return to Home Depot. And then yeah, once I get the shed built, some of the stuff will get cleared out. Well, most of the stuff will get cleared out. Cases that I gotta put back. It's a bad habit to get into. Take stuff, don't put it back. My oldest outgrew that bike, but he thinks it's okay to ride it inside the house because I allow my youngest to ride his little tricycle inside. So it's a no-no because they've already put some dents in the bottom of the oven. So that's fine. It's nasty weather outside, so I don't mind letting my 2-year-old learn to ride inside for now. But yeah, he's older. He's 6. He can go outside and ride. So anyway, this video. Help a friend today. Do a little oil change action. Not oil change. What am I saying? Change a battery. It was dead because I'm pretty sure she left the hazards on, or maybe the baby was playing with the hazards and they just left it on. So it died, but the battery was 9 years old, or not 9, 5 years old. So here's my payment for changing a battery. She brought me a bottle of water. Cool. I'll just leave it here because I'll need it. But I'll put away all the stuff that I have. Scan tool goes back there. Actually, the VCMI here. I need to charge these things, but it was at 75%, so I'm not at all concerned. But I do need to update it though, not the full-fledged update, like the thing that, you know, when you pay a couple thousand for something and then it costs a couple thousand annually to update, and you're a DIYer. Maybe that's a video to make. If you're a DIYer, is this stuff worth it if you gotta pay another couple thousands to update it? And then this stuff is gonna, you know, it's just like any technology stuff, iPad, tablets, it just ages and then stops working. Yep, light, didn't use it. I actually used a scan tool. I ran a scan on all the modules. They had a ABS and a TPMS, and I cleared it. I kind of read it. I think it had to do with the battery replacement, so I just cleared it. But if it reasserts, then at least we can start digging. So I used that. I used a 10mm out of this case for the battery terminal. So we'll put that back. Actually, we'll spin this around. Oh, that one shows metric SAE. This one doesn't show anything. Okay, so we'll at least let it match in terms of where the handle is. And this is the 1/4 inch, so I don't want to push it all the way up there so I don't see it. But yeah, came in handy. Instead of having to go in my socket drawer here and grab a socket of whatever, I mean, one of these, I just grab the entire kit. Like to keep these locked just in case stuff starts rolling or shaking around here. Long reach, did not use it. I just use my long reach and short reach. Didn't use it, but I mean they would have came in handy had I needed them. So I'll put these back on standby in here. Something like that. All the red and black. That stuff lives in there. My Olsa wrench. I actually used this one today. You can see it's kind of nasty. Should I clean it up, or should I leave it as a sign of usage? I'll clean it up. I have something else I need to clean up. I always leave my keys, well, with the exception of this one that I just used. I always leave the keys up here. So the keys are always in the top, just in case. That's just my way of like telling that everything is locked up. And that way the kids will never come in here and open these without me helping them. Definitely some tub of towel would have been nice today after I did that battery change. Only because I had porous gloves on and my hands were gross. I just felt really gross driving back because of how dirty that compartment was. So we'll clean it up. If we have something else, we'll clean up, so we'll just leave this handy. But yeah, this size, 10 millimeter, that's what it was. Didn't use it much, but also I believe these are 100 toot, fine toot. Yeah, and then they got these ends on it. It doesn't have any grip inside of it, but it's kind of the way it's angular. It works. I tend to reach for it a lot. Also tools, and this was in here. So this is one of my wrench drawers that's really not organized, but I tend to come in here a lot for wrenches. Yeah. Eventually I'll get those organized someday. For some reason I thought the hood prop was busted on his, but he actually had one of those mechanical hood props that folds down. So this was going to come in handy, but I need to replace my trunk spring, and so whenever I gotta use my car for whatever any reason and have the trunk popped open, I use this to prop it up. It's been like that for a year. I do have the springs. I just haven't gotten to it. It's been raining, so keep an umbrella in the car. But yeah, I do have those springs. I mean, they're right here for my trunk. I got 2 brand new springs. I had started replacing them because it felt weak, but it's really challenging replacing these springs. That's probably why I haven't gotten to it yet. What else do we have in here? Yep, can I give that thing a good coat of spray? And now this is gonna go back in here. I have another brand, CRC battery cleaner, acid indicator. I'm not sure if this has an acid indicator. Yeah, I'm not sure. Something I wish I had brought with me. I felt like some of those nuts were corroded and were gonna break off, especially the clamp that goes across the top of the battery to hold it down. Those 2 nuts, 10 millimeter. Yeah, wish I had some of this to lubricate it up, but I kind of worked it slow and it didn't break off. So we're just putting stuff back, just to put it back. Some gloves. I use these around the house to work on stuff. Goes there. My M12. I've definitely used this in like building stuff, as you can see. But I do have the M18 one. I figure it's better suited for the construction arena. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do this via tuck it under my arm and get the battery off. So the battery can go back in here to be used at a later date. And this guy will go back in my Milwaukee collection. I absolutely need to take these little clips off. They all have them. Like, look at this. They all have them. So we'll just put this guy back here. And yeah. I want to say I have 2 of those. No, that's a 1/4 inch. Oh yeah, I do have 2. Here we go. So maybe, you know what? I do not need 2 of them in here. I know why I have 2. Because I was buying something else and it came as a kit and it was cheaper to get just an extra one. So this one, since I have 2, this one is gonna go in my regular everyday construction, and as you can see, it's worn, as it's gotten some use. So this one is going to join our M18 Surge here. So we have a choice of M12 and M18. So that will do that. Ratchet, I had just grabbed a 3/8 flex gear wrench just in case I needed it. Just never know what I'm gonna need. And I keep, again, this habit pattern of locking this stuff. We'll pull this out and we'll replace it with, I thought it was right here. Pretty certain it was. It's just, maybe it was on its side. Yeah. We're good with this. We can lock it up. And put a key up there. What else do we have here? All right. Let's try to prop this camera up on the tripod a little bit. All right. This came in handy today. As you can see, all the gunk inside I was using for that terminal. And then I do have, oh wow, this came all the way out. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to come all the way out. Because it has a little, no. Has a little the wire cleaner in here. So try not to stab myself with any of these. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to clean up. I just don't want to put it back in there with all this gunk on it. It actually worked. Cleaned up really well. All that gunk on there. So with the Norco battery cleaner and this stuff, making that contact surface clean again for the most part. I mean, I did the best I could. I could have done better, but I mean, I left it better than I found it. So that's the only thing I used out of it. A battery terminal puller. Actually, you know what? I wish I had thought about using this, because I was actually using my 10mm wrench or something to pull up on the terminal because it was so corroded. I don't know why I didn't think to use this. But you live and you learn. I mean, that's why it's in the kit, but it's also buried in the pocket, so you don't think about it. So yeah, this came in really handy. I knew I had it made by Easy Red, but it's my first time actually using it. So this guy, we'll see if it has space in one of these. It lives around here somewhere. For the most part, I know where my stuff is at least a reference. And then, it's funny because you go to AutoZone and they just automatically slap, the little packet on your battery. It's not really free. You got to pay for it. But you might think it's a courtesy. They're giving it to you as a courtesy. Nope, it's an extra charge. So pick up an extra pack of these. Just like crush washers. That stuff is not, automotive places and dealerships, they're not giving anything free. Nothing is free. So, didn't really need the battery hook here, but that's because it had the handle on the thing. I've definitely had batteries before where it did not have a handle on it, and it was fun getting it off or picking it up. But I think that's more for in the shop. This thing. Didn't use it, but somehow it came out of that pouch. So we'll put it back in the pouch. There we go. Good as new. Try to do it one-handed. Alright, that's good as new. What else do we have? We brought some extensions. We actually just used a 3/4 inch little shorty here on the impact driver. That's the only one we needed, but we just brought him just in case we needed. Do you ever do that where you consistently pull out a drawer that is the incorrect one? I don't know. What that tells me is that I probably need to move stuff around to match my thought process for whatever reason. So there's that. I got 2 of these Huskies. During Christmas time, you can pick them up for $5 or $9. Really handy. And this guy goes over here. This is my extension drawer, so if I ever need an extension, this is where I come for that stuff. My little knife, I'll put this in my pocket. For the most part, I don't really walk around with a knife, but it's good to have one on you. But I tend to walk around with a knife at the house because I'm always doing something. And my little grabber here, put it back, straighten it out. Didn't drop anything, didn't need it, but yeah, worth it. He didn't have hood shocks, so there's no risk of those going out. So those go, I believe they go in here. I believe that's where they live. My Leatherman is going to go back in the car. So it's going to be an umbrella, a Leatherman, and a hood thing. And I think that's it for this bag. It came in handy to get a job done. Was going to work on a shed, but the forecast wasn't too accurate, or maybe it was accurate, but it was just kind of iffy. This thing looks so much like, what does that look like? In fact, I have no idea what this is. But I refuse to pick it up with my hand. Come on. What is this? Interesting. Well, to the trash it goes. Creepy crawlies. And yeah, this bag gets to be used some other time. We'll leave it there. But yeah, let's see. Yep, keep charging up our jumper here. Like I said, I was at 3 bars and I was able to jump the car on 3 cranks. So this is good to have. Keep it charged, keep it handy. Has worked for me many times. And my memory saver, I was kind of suspicious of it because I hadn't used it and I charged it once. And it showed me that the green charge light was working, but when I plugged it into the OBE port, it was showing the amber. So, of course, when I connected a new battery, it was showing green, or at some point in time, it started showing green. So, I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave it charging for a good potato more. But the instructions were on the back, and it's pretty straightforward as far as how to set it up and apply it. Didn't seem like we lost anything today, but I'll leave it charging some more. Anyway, that was just a quick video of me putting away tools. Like I said, that clutter mess that's starting to grow its way over here, that's just like projects and random stuff that's going on. Gotta build a shed, store a bike, put away 4 cases, figure out this compressor filter, build a shed cart, bird-proof my solar, work on gutters for my shed, door controllers and whatever, and exhaust vents and extra supplies and charging. Gotta get that on the wall. Gotta get some mats for my cart here. So at this point, I think I'm committed to having 1 car in this garage based on the size of the shop equipments I have, but that's fine. It is what it is. Anyway, like me always say, like on editing.